Hi my dears, happy Monday. I hope everybody had a fabulous weekend. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Emma and I'm so happy you clicked on my What's for Dinner video. I hope you love it. We'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's jump right on into this week's What's for Dinner video. For tonight's dinner, we are doing a no meat Monday, so I'm just going to make a baked ziti-like pasta. Here's everything I'm going to be using. I'm going to start by bringing a pot of salted water to a boil. My water is boiling up, so now I'm just going to add my ziti pasta. Give it a stir, 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 and we're going to let it cook up for 15 minutes. The noodles are done. I'm going to drain it. I am preheating my oven to 375. I'm just going to spray my baking dish with some extra virgin olive oil spray. My noodles are drained. Now I'm going to add them to my baking dish. I'm going to add some Rayo's homemade vodka sauce, 24 ounces. Stir, stir, stir that in. Next, I'm going to sprinkle some mozzarella on top. Voila! Now I'm going to put it in my 375-degree oven for 15 minutes. Here it is out of the oven. I'm going to add a little Parmesan. And then there it is, all served up. Delicious. Happy Taco Tuesday! Tonight we are making Carne Asada tater tots. Here's everything I'm going to be using. My oven is preheating to 425. So on my baking sheet, I'm going to lay out my tater tots. My oven has preheated, so now I'm going to put the tater tots in the oven for 20 minutes. While the tater tots are in the oven, I'm going to heat up my cast iron skillet so we can cook up our carne asada. This is a big piece of carne asada, so I'm going to cut it in half so it'll fit in my cast iron skillet because it'll shrink. I will need to cut that piece too. Alright, so I'm just going to let that cook up for probably 5-10 minutes and then flip it and let it cook for 5-10 minutes on the other side. I did about 5 minutes on each side. Once it had cooked up on each side, I just pulled it out of the cast iron skillet and just let it rest on my cutting board for a few minutes. And then my husband just cut it up for me into little bite-sized pieces so we can put it on top of our tater tots. Here are the tater tots out of the oven. I just kind of gave them a little toss around in case they had stuck to my baking sheet, but they hadn't. Then on top of our tater tots, I added some Mexican 4 cheese, some of this cheese dip, and then our carne asada. Now I'm putting them back in the oven for 5 minutes, just until the cheese melts. And here it is out of the oven. Looks delicious. And then serving it up was a little bit hard because the cheese was super melty and I wanted to get a good picture. Anyway, on top of our tater tots, I added some sour cream and some pico. And then a couple of jalapenos. When I say a couple, I probably had 2 and I gave my husband like 4 or 5. I don't like that too much spice. Anyway, I like to enjoy my food and not be overwhelmed by spiciness. Here it is served up. Delicious. For tonight's dinner, I'm making kind of a slow cooker stir fry. I'm going to start by throwing some chicken thighs into my slow cooker, along with some chicken bouillon. And I'm going to throw in a cup of water. Pop the lid on. And we're going to slow cook it on low for 8 hours. We're going to be using some sliced mushroom, tomatoes, some stir-fry noodles, diced green bell pepper, some green onion. And our sauce, we're going to be using some teriyaki sauce. Here are all the veggies cut up. I was going to use yellow onion, but I decided against it since we're using green onion, and green onion will taste better on this. Anyway, once the chicken was done, I took it out of the slow cooker and left all the like chicken bouillon flavor in the slow cooker, added the noodles and our vegetables, and just let that warm up until the noodles were cooked up and soft. And then I had my husband shred the chicken. Once the noodles and veggies were all cooked up and soft and yummy, I added them to like a little serving bowl, and then we put the chicken on top that my husband had chopped up for me. So while I'm recording, my husband put the chicken on to the noodles and the vegetables. I'm thinking to myself, what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. Yes, I forgot to heat up the teriyaki sauce with the noodles and the vegetables. So I just put the slow cooker base back onto my Ninja Foodi and warmed it up for a few minutes just on warm. Easy. It turned out perfectly, but what an idiot. Why would I forget the teriyaki sauce? That's kind of the best part, right? Anyway, so we just drizzled it over the top of the chicken. I know this video doesn't make it look super delicious in the serving platter, but it really was delicious. But here it is actually served up in our bowls with some seaweed wrappers. This was so delicious. Probably my favorite meal this week. Here is everything I'm going to be using for tonight's dinner. I'm already bringing a pot of salted water to a boil here for our pasta. In my mixing bowl, I'm gonna add some diced onion. Next, I'm going to add 8 ounces of crab meat. Crab meat is in. I just roughly like shredded it with my fingers. I mean, it falls apart by itself anyway. Next, we're gonna add half of this 14-ounce can of peas. I am gonna drain them. The water is boiling up, so now I'm gonna add about a half a cup of pasta. I just kind of eyeballed it. Back to our crab. Now I'm gonna add my red bell pepper. I just roughly diced it. Give it a little stir, stir, stir. Now in this bowl, I'm gonna make a little sauce, mayonnaise, juice of a lemon, and we're gonna add a little dill. We're just waiting for our pasta to cook up. Pasta's boiled up and I'm just gonna drain it. Pour some cold water. Now we're gonna add our pasta to our crab mixture. Stir, stir, stir. Getting pasta and peas everywhere. Now we're gonna add our sauce, or our dressing. Hopefully that's enough. If not, we'll just do a little more mayo. Next, we're gonna do a little pepper, a little salt, and stir, stir, stir. Then we're gonna pop this in the fridge for about an hour. I actually just left it in my fridge for about 2 hours, and I'm just gonna serve it up on some lettuce boats. This was absolutely delicious, but I think next time I would use corn instead of peas, and I would dice up my bell pepper. I didn't really do a good job of cutting my bell pepper, and it was kind of overpowering. So yeah, next time I definitely would do my bell pepper into smaller bite-sized pieces. I'm just gonna pour a little yum yum sauce. And then there they are, all served up. Delicious. And that concludes this week's What's for Dinner video. I hope you guys loved it. We'll give it a thumbs up, subscribe, come back on Wednesday for my puff pastry short, and Friday for my Soup of the Week video number 59. I was unable to post my Soup of the Week video this Friday. That really bummed me out. I haven't missed an upload in forever, but oh well. iMovie was acting up. Hopefully I'm good from now on, but anyway, hopefully all's good. Anyway, have a fabulous week. Bye.